Welcome to the Holistically Humble podcast. I'm your host, Katie, a registered holistic nutritionist, a yoga teacher, and wellness enthusiast, passionate about helping you thrive. This podcast is your space to explore holistic health, nervous system regulation, mindful living, and all the tools that empower you to create a balance in your body, mind, and soul. Whether you're here to deepen your wellness journey, find inspiration, or discover practical tips to live a healthier, more intentional life, you are in the right place, my friend. My mission is to simplify wellness, spark meaningful conversations, and help you reconnect with your authentic self. Let's dive in and create a life that feels as good as it looks. Welcome to the Holistically Humble community. Hello, and welcome to this week's episode. I'm back in my studio that I'm able to film this episode. So if you were watching while I chat to you about all things health and wellness, then hello. Nice to see you again. And if you're listening, hello, I see you as well. I get both options. Sometimes I'm like, I prefer to watch the person if they have that option of the podcast. And other times I'm either driving or I'm doing something that makes looking at the screen unattainable. And so I like both options. I like there to be both options. And so for the past 2 weeks, I took the recorded of the video option away, but we're back. We are back. Happy Wednesday or happy day, whenever you may be listening to this episode. Last week's episode, I dove in a little bit on the topic of how to set yourself up for success. So if that is intriguing to you and you haven't listened to that episode, I will link it down below in the show notes on whatever platform you may be watching or listening to this episode on. And while we're talking about show notes, make sure that you follow me on all social media platforms. I will link those down below as well so you can find them there. And if you feel inclined, I would love it personally because then I can see that you're listening or watching this episode and enjoying it. If you shared it on your social media and tagged me, I'm pretty much always holistically humble on all social media platforms. So if you feel inclined, I would love it and appreciate it. Today, I enjoyed the cold weather, but also the sunshine. So I am recording this on Sunday, the Sunday before the Wednesday that I put it out. I tend to do it on I tend to record it on the Sunday so that then I can edit it and do all that good stuff for you to listen to it on Wednesday. And it was beautiful out today. Cold, but beautiful. So my partner and I enjoyed being outside. And there's something that has been going on behind the scenes that I will share about eventually to you lovely listeners and to my social media platforms. So again, make sure you're following me. And also rate, review, like, follow, download this podcast. I super appreciate it. But regardless, just trying to update you about my life and what I got up to today. I ate pizza for the first time in a long time, but I ate a gluten-free, dairy-free crust, and then I had spinach, some mushrooms, pine nuts, a little bit of tomato sauce. And so if you had listened to previous episodes, I've been following the autoimmune paleo protocol for months now. And today I added in that pizza because I was really craving it. And I was like, let's see what happens. So I will update you maybe later on how that went, but I freaking loved it. And I enjoyed every bite of it. It was so good. It was from this local company called Mambo's Pizza, and they're amazing. So check them out if you live locally to where I live. But I want to talk, after I just talked about eating pizza, I want to talk about today's episode, which is 5 healthy habits that you can incorporate into your daily life to improve your overall health and wellness. And so if that sounds like something you want to continue to listen to, then let's begin this episode. I want to begin by saying the first and always the first for me that information I give. Can you guess it? Can you guess what the first healthy habit is? Stay hydrated. Stay hydrated, okay? That is the number one, my number one tip, healthy tip to have you incorporate on a daily basis to improve your overall health and wellness. And why is this number one? Or why is this even on the list? It's because we are more than 60% water. Okay. It's probably more closer to like 70, 75 ish. I say 60 to make you aware that it is more than half. Okay. And so you need to make sure that you are replenishing yourself adequately with water on a daily basis to hydrate your cells, to hydrate your body, to think clearer, to have clearer skin, to detoxify your body by promoting U2P, which your kidneys are basically a filter of your body. And so when you're hydrating, they can filter out more effectively and efficiently for you to then excrete it outside of your body. So there are specific ways that you can make sure that you're hydrating yourself adequately. The first one that I'm suggesting and that I'm putting here in tip number one is to hydrate first thing in the morning. Okay. So this is how it's going to go. This is how I recommend it's going to go. I would love if you followed this, but you get up out of bed, you go tongue scrape, you go brush your teeth, floss your teeth. And then right away you have a drink of water, and you're going to have like minimum 250 milliliters, hopefully 500 milliliters, possibly a liter of water first thing in the morning. If you think about this, let's say you're watching this and you didn't drink any water yesterday. If you hydrate yourself first thing in the morning, your body is going to be like absorbing it, loving it, thanking you for doing this, because when you breathed in the night, you dehydrated yourself. Maybe you were sweating. You just weren't obviously putting liquids into your body as adequately as you would be if you were awake. And so when you have the water first thing in the morning, it's going to help your body so much function better throughout the day, especially having it before coffee. Okay. Coffee doesn't count that it's hydrating you in the morning. It's a diuretic. It's going to pull water from your body. And so hydrating yourself first thing in the morning is tip number one. It segues into just staying hydrated in general throughout the day. So we're making that a combo tip. Okay. What I also want you to be aware of is putting some sort of minerals in your water to make sure that you are adequately hydrating yourself. So what I would recommend is a few granules of Celtic salt or Celtic salt. They have lots of minerals in them as well. Adding in a dash or two of Redmond's salt, not using iodized salt. Okay, that does not have any minerals. It has been stripped down to just salt. And you're going to add minerals because we in our body aren't just pure water. So drinking quote unquote pure water is not going to hydrate you efficiently. I would also like to take this moment to talk about choosing a good quality water. And so I would recommend that you have some sort of filtration system, starting from as basic as a Brita to preferably a Santa Via, which is an alkalizing water filter system. You can get like a jug. You can sit on the counter, go in the fridge, or there's different levels that you can get of that filter system. Maybe you already have like a reverse osmosis system or something like that, in which case it's great, but I would highly suggest staying away from drinking tap water. Although we are very fortunate that we can drink literally from the tap without getting sick, it is not ideal to properly hydrate your body and replenish your body. Okay. Let's sum that up. Tip number one, stay hydrated and drink water first thing in the morning. Number two, we're going on the same theme of first thing in the morning. You are going to get real light in your eyeballs instead of artificial and fake light. What I mean by this is you are not going to wake up first thing in the morning and go on your phone, which is fake artificial light, blue light. It messes with your brain and your circadian rhythm. It'll also mess with your dopamine, serotonin levels. It's like a fake sense of what do I want to say here? Fake sense of feeling good, right? We should now know that social media apps have people behind them that make it so that you are addicted to this. So, for example, the red bubble of how many likes you have or how many messages you have is strategically placed there for you to have that hit of feel good hormones running through your body so that you stay or that you continue doing that. So, not only is it giving you that fake sense of like feel good, but it's also messing with your circadian rhythm because you're taking a look at fake light, blue light, artificial light before actual light, which if you go outside or go to a window and get real light in your eyeballs first thing in the morning after you wake up and maybe you're hydrating in front of the light or on your walk or something like that as you potentially sit out on your patio, deck, whatever, that you can double dip there, okay? So you get the real light in your eyes. This will help wake you up and it will help balance your circadian rhythm, which is your sleep wake cycle, okay? So this can promote energy to come in through your body because you've gotten that real light to tell your brain, your body, everything that's going on in there that it's time to wake up. So it gets your body going, gets your mind going. And then it also will help you throughout your day when it's coming down and winding down to your night. If you can get off the damn devices before bed, minimum 20 minutes. That's not included in this tip. It's just maybe a bonus section of this tip. But you are going to help promote your sleep wake cycle, okay? Which will promote better sleep. And we're segueing into tip number 3. These all kind of go hand in hand if you can think about it. So we're looking at improving your overall health and wellness, right? What I would recommend is that to get the natural light first thing in the morning, that you move your body. And so what I would suggest is going outside for a walk. This would be so amazing. You're double dipping on these tips, okay? Tip number 2, tip number 3. You go outside for a walk, you're automatically going to get the natural light in your eyes first thing in the morning and on your skin, whatever skin you may be showing. I know it's like 0 degrees when I wake up lately, even in the negatives. This is Celsius I'm talking about. And it'll wake you up. It'll get cooled and chilly, but you're getting that natural light. And when I say natural light, even if it is rainy or cloudy or dark or something like that, you're still going to promote real light hitting your eyes and your skin versus the artificial fake light, okay? Moving your body could also include choosing an activity that feels good to you. And so if walking is just not your jam, you don't love to do it, it's boring, whatever, maybe it's dancing. Maybe you put on a song that you love or that feels good for you to move your body in 5 minutes, 10 minutes, couple songs, favorite playlist, something like that, and you move your body. That's great. Swimming, yoga, lifting weights, and the list goes on. Move your body. This helps promote your lymphatic fluid from pooling at the bottom of your legs, because if you're not moving your body, you're not able to pump that lymphatic fluid up throughout your body, which again is like a filter system to your body. It helps promote your immune system as well as a bunch of other functions. So you really want to get that lymphatic fluid going. Oh, also a great way to move your body would be to use a rebounder. That would be great. Great way to move your body and help promote your lymphatic system. But regardless, you're going to choose something to do on a daily basis, minimum 5 minutes. Once you start doing it for 5 minutes, the goal is that you feel really good and you just want to continue on. So you continue on maybe 10 minutes or 15 or 20 or whatever it might be. Even when you don't want to do it, push yourself, count down, as Mel Robbins would say, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and your brain will switch from the side to the front and you'll just go and do the thing. Set your timer 5 minutes and you most likely will do it longer. You're moving your body, you're improving your health and wellness that way. You're increasing your fitness level, whatever that may be doing by going for a walk, dancing, swimming, anything like that, running, tennis, pickleball. Yeah, there's a bunch of other things too, but you have to choose something that feels good for you or that you don't freaking hate. Because if you hate it, you aren't going to do it. You're not setting yourself up for success that way. Okay. Choose something to do, minimum 5 minutes every single day, and move your lovely, amazing, magical body. Tip number 4. Eat whole foods. What's a whole food? Say it with me. Anything without an ingredient list. anything without an ingredient list. You pick up an apple at the store, it's just an apple. You pick up a lemon, you pick up some spinach, pick up a steak, chicken, fish, tofu. It's just that. It's the whole food. If you have foods that consistently have ingredient lists, it's a lot for your body. And it's specifically if you can't even read a few of the ingredients or a significant amount of the ingredients, your body doesn't know what to do with it. Okay. It's so hard for your body. And so, what I would challenge you to fit this tip into your daily life would be to look on Pinterest, look on Instagram, YouTube, Google it, whole food meals, and create meals that have no ingredient lists. For example, you might mash some sweet potatoes. So you peel the sweet potato, it's just a sweet potato, okay? It has no other ingredient list. Peel it, cut it, throw it in a pot of boiling water, put a fork in it, make sure that it's soft, drain the water, mash it up, add some corn, beans, cilantro, add some avocado, sauerkraut, and protein of choice, whatever that might be for you. And boom, you have a great, delicious meal. Doesn't have to be complicated. Okay? You don't have to go out and create these like wildly extravagant whole food meals. Keep it simple so that it's attainable for you to do every single day. And I would recommend eating your whole day like this, but at least one meal a day. Smoothie would be a great option. Adding a banana, whether that's frozen or not, adding some sort of berries or fruit, adding water, coconut water, possibly orange juice, like fresh squeezed orange juice, adding some spinach or avocado, some coconut yogurt. No, coconut yogurt could be more processed, so be careful with that one. But adding maybe some almond butter or nut butter of choice, some cinnamon, a date. That's a whole food goodness meal. Okay, there you go. There's your recommendation for tomorrow, your inspiration. Number 5, my 5th healthy habit for you to incorporate into your daily life, your daily routine to improve your overall health and wellness is to get quiet for 5 minutes. Set your timer 5 minutes. You could do this in the morning. Get these all done in the morning and then you can just go about your day. But anyways, throughout the day, you have 5 minutes. I promise you have 5 minutes, whether that is first thing when you wake up in the morning, set your alarm 5 minutes earlier, to midway through the day at a lunch break, maybe just a 15-minute break or something like that. If you're working for someone else and you have that option, it could be a beautiful transition for after work going into your regular life, like whether that be with a family or whatever you may transition to after work. It could be right before bed. So you're going to set a timer on your phone, your device, and you're just going to get quiet for 5 minutes. What I would recommend is you put on a guided meditation. So I have a guided meditation on my podcast way earlier back. It's longer than 5 minutes. So if you want to do longer, that's a great way. I also have shorter meditations on my YouTube channel that are linked in the description. So go check those out. Otherwise, find a guided meditation or maybe some calming music that you can put on while you are just getting quiet for 5 minutes. And why are we doing this? We are consistently just going in our daily life. There's no sense of quiet. And if for some reason we do have 5-10 minutes of quote unquote quiet time, we're probably using that to scroll on social media or to call someone or be on your phone and texting or something like that. You're not actually setting out time to get quiet. And this is so important because our body just needs to have a moment. Our nervous system can have a moment to just calm. At first, when you do this, and if you've never done this before, your nervous system can get ramped up thinking like, we could be doing literally anything else than this right now. But that's part of the process, okay? So just know that's part of the process. Know that your mind is going to wander and tell you this is so stupid, don't do this. That's your ego, your mind talking, and we need to get into the heart. I'm not sure if you've ever heard this quote, but the longest journey in life you'll ever take is from your head to your heart. So really, they are close in distance, but the journey from being constantly in your mind, in your head, to living from your heart, your true authentic self, the true version of you is the longest journey you'll ever take. But when you take 5 minutes every day and get quiet, you will get closer to it. You will be absolutely blown away about the things that come to you after all of that mental chatter kind of quiets or subsides. It will never, ever stop. If it stops, we're dead. Not good, right? But we can notice and we can witness what's happening. But when we get quiet, we slow down that talking, that constant chatter. We get in touch with our heart center and a true version of us. And maybe some things want to come through on what's the next move? Where do I want to take my career and business? Who do I want to be? What is the person I want to attract into my life like? Who do I need to let go of in my life? What do I truly, truly want? So when you get quiet, it can be so beneficial, and just get quiet for 5 minutes. That will accumulate every single day. Okay. Those were my 5 tips. However, you're in luck. I'm going to add a bonus tip today because I can't, to pick 5 is very hard for me. When I say 5 to you, I hope that you can take these and add them in a way that's going to serve you. So again, when I talked about hydrating first thing in the morning, drink your water that has minerals in it. Go outside or sit at your window and drink the water on your walk, moving your body. Dance it out. Get the movement done first thing in the morning. That boom, 3 are done out of the 5. You could set the timer for 5 minutes after you do the movement or before you do the movement, or while you're getting that morning light on your eyes and your skin. Okay, so you can add these together, and the first meal that you eat during the day can be a whole food meal, which could be a smoothie, or it could be some scrambled eggs, some avocado, some salsa, maybe a mashed yam or a potato, hash brown, something like that, right? That's a whole food meal. Boom, done. All 5 checked off in the morning, okay? But we're here and we're going to talk about this bonus tip because I can't not talk about it. It may be hard. And I'm going to add it as a bonus tip for you to incorporate at least once during the week, okay? Stop complaining. Stop complaining. For some reason, we as humans in our society communicate with one another by complaining. Oftentimes, if you don't know the person and you are interacting with them, possibly at the grocery store or a new client or something like that, you're going to talk about the weather. And it's often going to be complaining, or you're going to talk about politics or something that's going on. And that's just how you can connect with that person. But for 24 hours, one day during the week, you're going to stop complaining. This might sound simple. It is not freaking easy. We just look to complain. It's wild once you become aware of this. So notice throughout your day, one day this week, you're going to stop complaining. And then you're going to do that every single day. You're going to do that once a day, every single week of this month. Continue on next month, and next month, okay? If you can do it for one day during the week, then do it for 2. Then do it for 3. And then do it onwards and upwards. No complaining. If you do find yourself complaining, stop what you're doing right there when you notice. Drop it. Switch the verbiage. Switch your lens, switch your energy into something that you are grateful for, something that's going well or positive. So again, like I said, it's difficult for me to just choose 5, but for this podcast episode and for you to be able to take these and incorporate them into your daily life, those were the 5 plus the bonus tip that I chose for you today. And that is at this point in my life, and that will change. And once it changes, come back to the podcast episode, because that's where you will find out what next are my habits that I think that you should incorporate into your daily life to improve your overall health and wellness. But I'm curious, leave it in the comments which tip that you know for sure that you can do, or if there's more than one tip, then do it, comment it, state it out into the universe, let other people know that you're committed to doing this, and this is going to improve your health and wellness, okay? Thank you for taking the time to listen to this podcast episode, for watching me, for listening, whatever you are doing. I am so grateful that you are here. I love seeing the analytics of the podcast and the age ranges of who's watching, where you're from, the avenues that you prefer to watch it on, like Spotify, podcast, Google, however you're watching this. I just love to see it. And again, please, if you haven't already, like, rate, review, follow, download, all of those beautiful, wonderful things that just help promote my podcast and get it out to more people who could benefit from this information. Share it with someone, a friend or a family member who you think may benefit from listening to this episode. And thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for listening and watching. I appreciate you. And until next week's episode, I hope you have a beautiful days, weeks. I hope you incorporate the 5 tips plus the bonus tip that I shared with you in this episode. Peace, love, and avocados.